Hello and welcome to the official Skytear stream. My name's Sean, aka Boogerlugs, and I will be your host for this evening. I am joined by Carito, aka Ryan, and RG Commander. Tonight we have Kalibra versus Jack, and they are in the top 16 of the Outsiders. So this is a big game leading us into the knockout rounds. So as we can see here, we are looking at Left Breach, Skytear Master, and Obstinacy. My understanding is that Jack won the coin flip. He's picked the Outsider, and we will just give them the indication that we are good to go.
After 6 weeks of Swiss rounds, it's time for the playoffs. So.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So we've given them the indication.
Apparently the game hates me and kicked me out, so I'll have to rejoin real quick.
Oh, sure. No problem. So we're looking at first draft from Kalibra here. Is the infamous Ixa task.
Yep, we got the driver, now we just need the passenger.
Absolutely.
And to no one's surprise, coming from your standard blue-yellow deck, we have the infamous wave clearer herself, Ekrit, followed by Chevalier, it looks like.
I wonder if we're going to see some frenzy shenanigans with Shilavi.
That's a good question, yeah. Mostly, whenever we saw the announcement for the frenzy buffs, with frenzy now being kind of a remove the token and take a bonus action as opposed to being able to use 2 action points to make 2 attacks, everyone immediately thought of Akimo, but Shalavi is another person from whom the frenzy buffs will benefit. And there we go. Akimo's on the board, followed by Akla.
So is the new frenzy rules in place for this? I thought it was being tested in the Summer League.
It is, yes, right. I apologize if I misrepresented that. The rules are staying the same as they did through the Swiss rounds. The frenzy buff, the rule regarding the green faction being able to summon an unlimited number of pillars rather than the number of green heroes that you drafted, those are all taking place in the summer.
Guys, we're just going to halt this. I'm afraid we're going to have to cut to a plan B. There seems to be an issue with the game at the moment.
Kalibra ended up having to run it.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. I will change color to gray.
Looks like.
So it's just asked us to stop talking. Yeah, it's a shame, really. I will change color to gray.
Looks like.
So it's just asked us to stop talking. Yeah, it's a shame, really. I will change color to gray. And welcome back. Apologies if we're having issues with the stream there. We've hopefully got that back up and running. If you could just let us know in the chat, we'll be keeping an eye on that. Yeah, I'm afraid the players didn't quite get the message to pause there, but we see that that Kalibra has brought the infamous Ixataxi list with Akimo and Akla, as well as Kotlik. one we've not seen in there before.
And Jack has brought 4 pushers with Akuti, Ekrit, Shalavi, and Astrida.
And as a quick recap, just as a reminder, our objectives for this particular game: Obstinacy, defeat the same hero twice; Skytear Master, win the lead of a control token inside the dome 3 times; and of course, Left Breach, which is destroy the tower on your left side.
And we can see Kotlik's entered the dome, dropped down a lead from the hand. And Akuti's moving in there as well.
Yep. Interesting.
Yep,
he brought so he put the illusion in the right lane and then attacked the pillar to then kill a minion in the right lane, even though Akuti is not in the right lane.
And especially useful, as we mentioned during the draft phase, Kalibra, often known for the famous Ixitaxi play where you get your pillar up, Ixitax tunnels underground, and he can move 6 hexes and take somebody with him. Akimo, bring them along, and then Akimo just starts cutting through the enemy with an obstinacy objective as possible win. Having Akimo slicing and dicing the enemy team would be definitely something that Kalibra wants to consider early on. But of course, with no pillar on the game board anymore, not really an option.
We might see Akla go place another pillar here.
I mean, what are we looking at? Obstinacy, you know, that's playing into the favor of this Ixitaxi deck. But Skytear Master as well, that's fine. But Left Breach, it's interesting that Akuti's ended up actually going down the Jack's right lane.
I think the reason for that was just based on the starting position. It would have been hard to get Akuti over to the left lane.
Yeah. Although I guess he's got the other pusher in Astrida on that side as well, so that'll come in handy.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ekrit try and blow up both of those minions, or Astrida go and do something over there.
One quick... oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
And Shalavi, I wouldn't be surprised if he sends all 3 of his heroes on the left lane, but you're probably going to put a little more pressure into the dome as well.
Mm-hmm. One quick mention from the chat. They said they can't see Jack's discard pile to see the modifiers. So if it would be possible, if you could like zoom out like 1 or 2 clicks just for them to be able to see that. I don't know if that's. Oh, I guess Yakumo's or James is hosting.
Yeah, I'll just message James.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, so. Yeah, in the meantime, we've got more people entering the dome. Obviously, with Skytear Master being an objective, the dome can't be ignored this particular game as much as, you know, in some games it may not take as big a focus. Obviously, the dome is always in play every game. Sometimes you place less emphasis on it, but not in this game. I don't see that being a good idea.
Yeah, I find Skytear Master along with Tactician, the one where you first player to essentially get to 6 command token wins. It's almost like putting a bit of a timer on the game. It's just one of those things that just slowly ticks away. You can't give your opponent, the first, like if you give them the first one, they've got the first one in the bag and they can just roll with it.
Well, if you remember from last week's stream game, I believe, I forget his opponent, but Yakumo ended up losing all 3 control tokens in round 2. So at the end of round 2, I'm sorry?
It was Ricardo.
Oh, Ricardo. I'm sorry, not Yakumo. I apologize. That's right. Ricardo ended up losing all 3 control tokens in round 2. So by the end of round 2, he already had 4 tokens against him, losing 1 from round 1. So heading into round 3, it was a very difficult position for him to be in.
Yeah, his opponent was Eric.
Eric, that's right. Thank you very much. I it was on the tip of my tongue. I could not remember. Thank you.
Happens all the time.
All right, so it looks like Ekrit's taking a move now.
I can't even remember who my opponents are at the.
Who did I play again?
So Ekrit's
Ooh.
moved into the dome here, and he's just
Getting rid of that pillar again. Yep.
yeah. This is
Taxi
it.
service is being shut down.
Jack's been doing his research.
Yeah, still an interesting placement on Egret though. That's not a typical Egret opening.
No, so for anyone who might not be following, the Kalibra's deck here, infamously known as the Ixotaxi deck. These Tallow heroes moving into the dome, dropping down those pillars in the attempt to try and aid Ixotaxi to use his ability to shoot right across the dome and bring a chemo with him. And by taking out those pillars, he's just not able to do the same. But he has played Granite Skin here.
Okay. That was actually one of the things I was going to comment on. That I saw a lot of armor buff cards in his deck. So I thought, he might end up using the Granite Skin and the other armor cards and then just deal a lot of skirmish-based damage. And it looks like he's got a +2 for this particular skirmish right now.
And Akuti's dead.
And Akuti's gone like that.
Ow.
With a skirmish and an attack, a +2 on that attack was enough to finish Akuti off. So my guess is that Kalibra is going for the offensive victory, is planning on trying to go after Akuti again as soon as she comes back.
And Ricardo said about refreshing with the bottom right button. That actually did not do anything to update except bring a giant white bar across my screen.
Yeah, I have that white bar too. I'm going to try that again.
Maybe we can remove the...
I wonder if everyone is seeing the white bar.
Well, it's showing up on the screen right now.
It is showing up on the screen right now.
It's looking like it's part of the HUD.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll try and keep yours up to date as we've had a little reboot. Honestly, if it can go wrong, it's going wrong.
Murphy's Law.
But we're here, exactly, and we're here, and we're bringing it to you live. The real authenticity.
100% not scripted. All right. Meanwhile, Shalavi entering into the dome. This is a giant dome brawl right now. We've got 5 heroes, and 3 of them belong to Kalibra, and 2 of them belong to Jack. So, Jack's going on the offensive here, going after Akla, which pretty good choice there. Akla with only 15 hit points and no armor. A pretty good target for Shalavi, who does 4 damage.
For sure.
Yeah, the problem is Jack's been spending all of his attack actions though to kill those pillars. Mm-hmm. So you end up in a situation where, now you're a hero down. You've done absolutely no damage, and they're going to win the Skytear Master next round. This is looking pretty rough.
If you a couple of days ago, there was a podcast where Kalibra talked about the Ixotaxi deck, and he mentioned one of the really nice things about the deck is that it forces other people to react to what he does and takes them off their plan. And so Jack had to waste 2 of his attack actions to get rid of pillars right there.
Right.
So even if he isn't able to taxi, he still is able to mess with his opponent.
Yeah. And that's a great point. One of the important things is not necessarily can you execute your plan well, but also can you stop your opponent from executing their plan? Another valid strategy, because if you go in, I'm going to win from X route, but then all of a sudden your opponent says, no, you're not going to do that. They have to be able to scramble and think of a new strategy to win. How do you stop a control deck? You stop them from being able to set up a control zone.
Yes, and on that point, I just got disconnected. But on that point, Shalavi worshipped on Estrida, so I would not be surprised here if after, especially with the last action of the round, Estrida pushes into the left lane, doesn't worship, attacks and leads, and it pushes the left lane all by herself.
Yeah. Left breach being a probable victory condition, because right now, as we can take a look over in the right lane, or I guess on the right side here, control zone number 1, Jack's already got that thanks to the Akuti illusion kill from the minions, so 2-1 on the minion favor for Jack. And then, as you said, if Estrada walks herself into the left side lane, you can get a strong push, and then Kalibra will have to defend that because a left side breach would result in a victory, and it doesn't really matter how long you stack the dome. You have to get three control tokens for Skytear Master. You only have to blow up the 5 Nexus Tower points, or the 5 HP of the Nexus Tower, of the left side tower, not the Nexus Tower, the left side tower, and that's also game over.
Right, especially with Akuti already being defeated.
Yes.
Jack doesn't really have any incentive to push into the dome anymore.
Yeah, the dome at this point is basically gone. Kalibra has that one under control.
Yeah, like you said, just to give props to the creators of the Outsiders Only podcast, which is fantastic. Like you said, they had a pretty in-depth discussion with Kalibra about this deck, and I mean, yeah, it's just all going to plan here. You know, taking out a hero already, winning Skytear Master.
Yes, it looks like Kalibra is thinking of moving Akimo into Jack's left lane, though, anticipating the push from Estrida.
Well, he's already up, and you know, he's asking the question by pushing that his right lane there, saying, "Well, how much do you want to get involved in the dome?" The more people that are in that dome, it's the better it is for Kalibra.
Yes, because you just start again. I mean, you know, I was mentioning earlier about Akimo cutting people down. Akimo didn't even move, and we watched as Akuti got knocked off real quick. So
yeah,
this deck was built for hero killing, and there we go. Yeah. And as you mentioned, Kirito, that Estrida was probably going to go into control zone number 2, try to push that left side down. Akimo's there to defend and minimize. You can see that he's led from the hand, minimizing whatever potential push strategy Estrida is about to employ here.
It's interesting that Akimo is finished there with a lead. Why does it need to be one space away, you know, in an adjacent hex to the command token there, rather than sort of stay back in cover and lead? And says,
well, he doesn't need to worry about being covered because it's pretty clear Estrida wasn't going to attack him. She was going to go after the minions in order to increase the influence of Jack's team on that control zone. But you're right. I don't know if maybe he just wanted to use the skirmish action because he had a third action to use, and so just wanted to get Akimo up a little bit more, or potentially he might want to go for the cover hex that's two hexes away from Jack's tower, potentially move into there for some sort of surprise attack later.
So we see Estrida has done her usual trick of moving in, kill a minion, spawn a minion.
Yep.
And
because Shalavi worshipped on Estrida, she was able to also leave.
And there we go. So Akimo has been able to play 2 quick shots in order to balance that lane out.
There we go. That's why.
But spent Skytear Flux in order to be able to afford it.
And then real quick in the chat, people are asking about Tunnel in the deck. So I did do a little bit of preview on the deck before the match. There is Tunnel in this set, but Talakali is the one that holds the underground tunnels. So because that particular hero wasn't drafted, the cards that are in the deck in the game do not have underground tunnels in this game.
Commander's got you, everyone. Don't you worry.
That's right. Hey, listen, man, it's summer break. As a teacher, I get to kick back and relax, so I can spend all this time sitting here reading all of the decks and be like, all right, this is what they're going to do. Then we get in game and they do something completely different. And I'm like, I just spent 25 minutes preparing a great talking point, and now it's worthless. Man.
One thing I did notice that's interesting, it looks like they took the siege out of the deck. So does that mean, was that a decision that they just decided we're not playing with this? Or
so that was a directive that I received from the powers that be, that siege should be removed from the victory condition deck.
Okay, so they aren't playing with all the new rules. That's just one thing that they're saying, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, because I forget if it was Ricardo or Giacomo that mentioned it, but Siege has like the lowest win rate, and it's being removed as part of the summer changes that we talked about earlier.
Right.
So just kind of, but because it seems like if you're going to win by Siege, you're going to win by something else first. So might as well just get rid of it and get other objective cards out.
I 100% agree with that decision.
I do too.
So just for an update here, then. So in lane 1, it looks like Jack was able to push that. In lane 2, where there's the face-off between a Strider and a Chemo, that was a total stalemate. And in the middle, we have seen, of course, Kalibra come out on top there.
Yes. It looks like he's working with the Skytear? Or not, sorry, I'm not with Sky.
Here we go.
The outsider? There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So outsiders coming in.
And now for the real challenge, can you get the outsider to position where you want it? That's the mark of a good player, is can you get the outsider in under 10 seconds how you want it oriented?
Well, it looks like he did a pretty good job with it, so I guess he's a good player.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're in the top 16, so that means that they're at least, 16th best.
Experience. We say it, but
and then we watch us try to go, oh boy.
Oh.
There you go. And now you see what I'm referencing. The Skytear, a beautiful model, the Skytear outsider. But as you can see, very, very challenging position without knocking everything everywhere.
Safe to say, if you haven't seen any good Skytear gameplay this evening, we're at least managing to fit in the big boy in the dome.
That's right. Ooh. Meanwhile, Estrada takes 4 damage from the outsider attack. And a +2. He flipped again, so I think it looks that was up the shockwave that he flipped.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
we got 2 damage.
Gonna push him right next to a Chemo.
Oh no.
Oh
no. Oh no. I wonder what's gonna happen to her next turn.
Looks like he's gonna threaten Kalibra is going to threaten obstinacy on both Acuity and the Strider.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, and we're tidying up. Okay, so this is not pretty by any means for Jack here. We've got Strider is on 8. Meanwhile, Ekrit and Shalavia are untouched.
And Acuity is already defeated.
Yes.
And yeah, apologies. Skip the one that's off the board.
Hey, out of sight, out of mind, right? And since Acuity had moved before she was defeated, she's out for this round, so she'll be able to respawn in round 3. So what I'm curious of is, are we going to watch Kalibra set up so that as soon as Acuity respawns, she's greeted with a good old-fashioned hug from the enemy team and just immediately dies again? I've seen that happen a number of times. Whenever you get an early kill with obstinacy, if you have general control of the board, you just kind of line your 2 or 3 heroes around the respawn zone and just blow them up as soon as they respawn.
Yeah, and Kalibra is first player here, so the second that Acuity reappears on the board, obviously she's not going to have their illusion down, so she won't have the armor that would give her as well. So it'd have the opportunity to just really, like you say, really jump on her.
There was one game I almost lost to an onslaught where it was the same hero dying 3 times. Luckily, I was barely able to keep Kordroff alive that 3rd time.
So Akla's activated here.
All right.
Skirmish.
Okay.
No, we're going for a Strider.
Yep. And a +1 on the flip. So not bad. 3 damage to her.
That was a skirmish, so that was 0 damage.
Oh, that was a
1
skirmish.
damage, but 0 HP loss because of 1 armor.
I thought that was the attack. My bad. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Akla's dropped Blazing Edge here, one of my personal favorites in the Kurumo faction. He gets +2 attack. So he gets +2 attack, and damage dealt has piercing.
And a Mind Palace.
Oh boy, Estrada is in big trouble right now. Because with that, with the Blazing Edge, that's going to deal piercing damage to her. So we're looking at, after the flip, what do we got here? +1 damage. Okay. Yeah, Estrada. Yeah, basically, as soon as a chemo goes, Estrada's dead.
6 damage with piercing.
Ouch.
Estrada down to 2.
Now, I think Jack is probably going to not activate Estrada first, so that way Estrada can come back on turn 3 with a Kuti. Have a little more options for keeping them both alive.
Right.
We'll see. Maybe he wants to get a little bit of Estrada action to get a little more push in that left lane before she dies.
God, this is just going all Kalibra's way right now.
Yeah, that was a big play.
Commander, you looked at the decks.
Yes.
Does Jack have presence at all?
Does Jack have presence? You know what? Yes, he does. He has 3 of them from Estrada, actually.
Okay, so his path to victory might be through a Skytear Master at this point. As Kalibra is moving some forces over to Jack's left lane, he might be able to sneak out a victory in the dome with presence.
Yeah, I would probably say if he put that on maybe Shalabi, that might be a possibility to do that, because I think it's pretty clear that one way or the other, Estrada doesn't survive this round.
I mean, at the end of this round, we've got 4 heroes for a chemo and 2 for Jack here. So to win that middle, to win the dome in the middle there, that's going to be really rough.
And then it looks like Akla is going to go ahead and hide away for the final activation option.
The other option here for Jack can activate Estrada and try and get kill a minion and get a minion, and then Accurate can try and clear the rest of the minions from the dome.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Project your illusion token, line it up, and then
snipe them.
Which is totally doable, actually, with the way that the minions are spawned. Estrada has range, so she can pick off one of them, and then you can just laser things down.
Yeah, it's almost unfortunate. Shalavi's actually in the way there to help him sort of.
Yeah, Shalavi can always activate first, though.
And Yakumo is a bit suspicious that the Mind Palace was played to immediately wipe the +2 bonus that Akla had gotten.
There's some tricks.
I was about to mention that. He cleared that off and didn't use the mana yet, so it could be interesting. Maybe Akla is planning to use a spell or something to get rid of Estrada, and Akima's going to run into the dome.
That could be a possibility. Let's see. Akla came with Clear Minds and Impervious, as well as an Unstoppable card, which is, of course, 3 costs, so that wouldn't be an option. We've got some
Skytear Masters already spent as well.
Yep. Yeah, I'm taking a look here based on the heroes that have been drafted. Unless he was going for maybe like a Shield Slam play, But no, he's not adjacent to Astrida, so that wouldn't be an option. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is here with the Mine Palace. We'll have to wait and see what the objective was there.
So he has activated Astrida here.
Yep.
No Brainer brings up a good point. If Astrida kills herself here, she doesn't technically get exhausted, so you get the ability to remove a little bit of the minion there, and then she can come back in round 3.
It looked like Astrida didn't
She didn't
decide
do that.
to kill herself though.
She did that. But it's a very good point. But it's not happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might have been. Oh, okay. Here, yep. Bye bye. Wasting 0 time on that. Kalibra goes right for the gut on the mermaid.
That being said, the skirmish was not enough, so he had to waste 2 actions to kill Astrida. So, not sure what would have been the correct play, but that was definitely.
There's a response here from Time Warp on Astrida. So she's just going to jump out the way.
Well, that explains why she chose not to kill herself then, because with Time Warp now she'll be able to back up, and Akimo will not be able to kill her this round.
Yep.
She'll be out of
the left
cover.
lane or moving to the dome. No, left lane.
She's staying. No, if she went into the dome, then she would definitely get picked off by one of the green heroes.
And Astrida does have that lead.
Yeah, lead from the hand from Akimo there. That only leaves Kalibra with 2 cards in hand compared to 5 on Jack. So there's quite a significant card advantage for Jack. If anything's going to help him out here, it's he needs everything he can get, really.
We'll probably see Shalavi move out of the way so Ekrit can clear the rest of those 2 minions.
And the other thing too, that is a possibility. If Kalibra just maintains control of the dome, he can just use the Outsider to kill Astrida during the Outsider activation as a possibility as well. As long as you don't flip a -1, the Outsider will be able to take her out.
That's a good point.
And that would get you 2 out of the 3 tokens needed for Skytear Master. So Kalibra may just opt to leave Astrida be for now and kill her during the Outsider phase. All right, looks like Shalavi's going. Or no, being targeted, I'm sorry.
I think that was an activation.
Okay. I thought it was, but that was a red ping, and who knows? We'll see what's about to happen.
He's picking a card out. Gathering Storm, draw 2 cards.
Reasonable.
Yep.
Which is a little bit worrying. He's used up 2 mana to be able to get that. With only Ekrit left to activate. And he's got 6 cards in hand now.
It's possible that he was trying to look for a 3-mana lead and or a presence.
Yes.
Ooh,
okay.
The dome.
So it looks like we're abandoning the dome because at this point,
I mean, it's already gone, right? You can't contest it.
I mean, he could move back in after.
That's true.
That was a skirmish that did no damage.
Yep. Now for an attack.
2 cards. +3.
Shalavi does 4 base damage, so this is going to do a nice chunk of Akimo's health there, down to 11 damage. Yeah, Akimo famous for knowing to deal a lot of damage, but having no armor himself means that he can also take a lot of damage if he gets hit with an attack like that.
And a lead from hand from Shalavi there.
All right, so it looks like he's going for the left breach play on this on Jack's side.
Yeah, well, you can see it all going downhill. I know I personally need to get a bit better at figuring out just what I'm going to do to stay in the fight.
One thing that's Sorry. One thing
Could
that's
be.
interesting about that placement on Shalavi is that because Kotlik and Ixatosk are both melee and where the outsider is, Kalibra has no way of damaging a Strider with either one of them, or Shalavi for that matter.
That's true, because the dome perimeter blocks line of sight. So even if you're adjacent to them, that's a bit of an issue. But that being said, I'm not sure that he really cares about that, because again, if he gets control of the dome again, he can just kill a Strida, and then Jack has to play another round with only 3 heroes. And with Akuti being respawned then at the start of the round, Kalibra can just zerg her down and go for the obstinacy win. Yakima has a question of how many cards are in hand. Jack has 5 cards in hand, and Kalibra has 2 cards in hand.
So it looks like Kotlik is skirmishing her.
Kotlik's probably also going to maneuver in just to, as you mentioned, those minions are lined up for a nice, good old-fashioned Ekrit line clear. But if Kotlik steps in the way there, can't really clear it necessarily as well. Yep, and there's the pillar to block the. Well, no, I guess pillars aren't blocking elements, so that wouldn't.
No, the pillar would block the illusion to go down.
Ah, you're right. Good. Okay.
Yeah, can't place tokens on tokens.
That's okay. That's the thing. That's what I was thinking.
That's the way I've figured how to remember it anyway.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Okay.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if we saw a presence on Ekrit to at least try and tie in the dome.
Well, Ekrit's now slowed too, so.
Oh yeah.
With that, she can only move on top of where the Control Zone 3 icon is, or move down to be directly adjacent to the outsider's right side, which then makes it extra difficult for her to be able to do any sort of shenanigans with her illusion.
Yeah, and there's a lead from the hand from Kalibra in the dome there as well from Kotlik, but we know this deck isn't full of 3 mana cards, so you have to wonder.
Yeah, taking a quick look in the grand total here, I'd have to do some quick counts here, but it looks like we've got 4, 6, 8. Looks like there's only 10 3-mana cards in Kalibra's deck, including the ultimates. So
I haven't been keeping track of what ultimates we've seen from Kalibra's deck, actually.
Nor have I will confess, unfortunately. I know we got the one with the attack, but I'm not sure if we've seen any others.
Part of my own game that I need to get better at.
I believe Buggerlugs is actually a player, so we can probably do a search and check.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Or do we leave it to the surprise?
That is
life's too short.
What do we think? Let's have a little.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you're not going to abuse your position as a spectator, then what are you doing? Uh-oh.
Huh?
I was saying, look, are you looking at the deck or the discard?
Yeah, we should inspect the discard if we're going to inspect anything.
Yeah.
That was already played, yeah.
My mistake.
Yep, okay, it's all good. All right, so there's the Ekrit illusion. Looks like he's going for an attack on Ixatosk.
Oh, that was a Gathering Storm on Ekrit too, so I guess we're not going to be seeing a presence.
Oh.
Unless there's a Mind Palace. Does he run Mind Palaces?
Let's see, Mind Palace. I don't believe I saw Mind Palaces here. Let me double check on that though. Uh-oh. Oops. No, go back. Nope, no Mind Palace.
So yeah, I guess no presence here. With Kotlik having a lead from a hand, it's likely that Kalibra won the dome a second time.
I would agree with that assessment as well. So Ekrit's led. We can, even if she has a three mana lead, as long as Kotlix is 3 as well, then that guarantees a 5-4 victory in favor of Kalibra, which I'm going to guess it probably is, but we'll find out in a second. So, meanwhile, Ixotosk looks like, I think, a skirmish attack against Ekrit. And a worship action for another pillar placement.
Building up those pillars again.
Yep. And an attack as the final action with a +1, dealing 2 damage to Ekrit.
Okay, minion phase.
All right. So Jack wins by 2, bringing him right up to the tower, but not actually damaging it yet after the defense from round 1. Meanwhile, we have a 3 mana lead on Control Zone 2. So
3 for each of them. Oh, that's Kotlix ult over there from Kalibra.
Yeah, it is.
Back of those.
Okay, so we've seen 2 ults now. And Jack takes the victory on this one.
That's a big victory because he is now within range of the tower.
Yes. And so continuing to push down, he might be able to go for, if he can survive next round, that might be the case where you go all in on that left breach win condition that we kind of talked about.
He could also, if he gets one more damage on Jack's right lane, he can be threatening Nexus pretty soon, I guess.
And there's a 3 mana ulti from Kalibra on Kotlix.
And so that'll guarantee the dome control goes to Kalibra for a second round, giving him his second Skytear Master token. And
Tell you what, Akimo would have liked that ulti.
Yes.
Demonic Possession. Gives him frenzy, fast, and an attack action.
Yep. But unfortunately, it had to be used here to control the dome. And so now we'll see, again, if what we thought about earlier, just using the outside. Yep, there it is. The attack against Estrida for the first outsider action. And as long as he doesn't flip a -1, that'll kill her.
Does he run -1s?
I think he has a couple. Oh, no. Wait, no, that's Jack's deck. Hold on. No, actually, you're right. He does not have any -1s, so that would not have been possible for him to flip. So Estrida falls. She'll be up in turn 4, as she is not unexhausted yet, since this is not technically the end of round 2. Meanwhile, Shalavi has been marked. So the second action being a worship targeting Shalavi. And then
I'm going to guess draw a card.
I think so, because I think he had 1 card before. He got 2 for defeating Estrida, and he's got a 4th one now. So I think that you're right on that. I think the 4th action was a draw.
Do we know how many ults Jack has seen so far? Because he has 7 cards in hand right now. He's going to have to discard 1.
2 or 3.
I think I've seen 2. I know I saw the yellow one.
I think now we've gone through all of Calibra's ultis.
We might see 2 different ults for Jack this turn, and I wouldn't be surprised considering all the cards he's gone through. There's only 2 cards left in the deck as well.
Yep.
He's going to need something special to save Akuti's skin here.
Have we seen Estrida's?
Oh,
that's true. I don't think we have. Unless it slipped by me as a lead action, I don't think we have.
I guess Estrada is dead though, so that's not going to be relevant until turn 4.
It doesn't really matter. We haven't seen it, but who cares?
We would like to see it. That is a juicy ulti.
Yeah, for anyone who has never had the pleasure of playing it or displeasure of having it played against you, Estrada's ultimate instantly exhausts the target hero. No questions asked. So with Akuti back on the board now, and with Shalavi there, Akimo won't be able to reach her without using both a skirmish and a move, but Akuti needs to do something fast because otherwise they're just going to run her down and kill her again.
And Kalibra's minion placement is very difficult for Akuti to take advantage of her ability to kill those minions.
And Akuti's actually sort of a bit stuck in the corner there, pinned by sort of Kotlik and Ixtusk and the outsider on the other side. She's going to struggle, especially when she gets the slow from Ixtusk.
Yes. Yeah, because any hero that starts adjacent to Ixtusk instantly gets slowed on their activation. So unless for some reason she gets pulled away or pushed away, which I don't see likely being the case, she's going to start off getting slowed again. Kalibra giving a thinking, how can I quickly assassinate her in the fewest moves possible?
Yeah, I mean, if you've played this Ixtaxi deck or anything similar with this sort of hyper aggressive strategy, the longer the game goes on, the least likely you are to win. Although he is in a great position, there's still some pressure on Kalibra here.
Okay, so Akla is making a move here now. One thing I don't think we've seen actually was Akla's ultimate, which allows you to instantly defeat a hero as long as their HP is half or less, if they are adjacent to a pillar, which is also a possibility. So we'll see if that particular ability comes into play.
And notably, if Jack wants to use, assuming that play happens, wants to use, oh, never mind. Sorry, I was looking at Shalavi. Ignore me.
So Akimo's taken a,
Oh, well, guess that can't happen now.
Yeah, Akimo took it back himself. That's 8 damage for Akimo's dish into Shalavi there.
Yep. Interesting play, though, that he didn't move skirmish attack. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on here?
Unstoppable.
And Frenzy. Okay.
Doesn't look like Kalibra's going for any win condition. His plan is just to kill one hero at a time and then eventually kill.
Remember that Akla is hidden, right? Remember that Akla is in the bush.
Yes.
I don't know what.
Either that, or he might
He's
just
in
be
the
hoping
bush,
to
so
hold on
just
to
remember
the,
that.
just kill the heroes and then just win the dome here and win through that way. The Skytear Master.
So now I'm gonna flip 2 cards, 2 more. So I flip. So that's 5 more damage. She goes from 12 to 7. All right, let me check. Now I'm thinking because I moved and I attacked and then I attacked, right? Move attack attack.
I believe
I'm thinking.
Akla's ultimate was flipped for that attack on Shalavi before, so
I'm sorry. It's my microphone.
we don't have to worry about, or Jack doesn't have to worry about that
I
just
move
killing
attack
off
and I
Shalavi.
attack. I will pass. That's all for.
Can you both hear Kalibra?
Yeah. Apparently, I think that the mute or the microphone just kind of came through a little bit, but that's okay. You can just quickly switch it on the mute function on the overlay.
Oh yeah, I have my computer muted anyway. I'm talking to you guys through my phone.
Oops. That's okay. I was wondering for a second because I'm like, wait a minute, we have a surprise guest joining us here.
Yeah.
Is Kalibra trying to talk to us?
No. He's speaking to Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. He was talking about Akala being hidden.
Yeah.
Being that Akala is in that cover hex, so that was definitely accidental transmission. But as someone pointed out, it is nice seeing the players' thoughts. Surprise, you're on candid camera.
The little microphone symbol keeps popping up there, so I was wondering if he's still talking at all.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, there for some reason TTS has suddenly linked his chat into the broadcast for a reason that I'm not sure of, but
yeah, that's just a standard sort of streaming issue. When you stream, you send all of your speaker audio through to the stream.
Oh well, that's why we invented the mute button. Meanwhile, it looks like Akuti's moving over. Okay, so Akuti is moving since Akimo has already taken his activation. Akuti is moving into the left lane. Since the outsider actually now is going to serve as a barrier, making it more difficult for. Oh wait, no, Akimo didn't move. Never mind. Why did he just charge right into Akimo's range like that?
I mean, Akala moved at least.
Right.
I think his plan here is just to try and win through the left breach before he loses. To Skytear master.
That seems to be the case. Yeah. Because I think Jack realizes after that, frankly, that brutal opening round one,
Yeah.
that he's kind of on a timer here.
Yeah.
I mean, if he loses the dome, he's just done, and if he loses Akuti or Strida, he's also done. So his only chance is to push really aggressively in the left lane and try and win it here.
Yeah.
It's going to be really tough with Ekrit sort of trapped there, like I said. You've got to get all heroes into that left lane to be able to push it, and it just seems like a complete wall there to try and get round to influence the token.
If he has like a time warp or something, he can get Ekrit into position to kill both of the minions. Shove would also open a pathway up there as well.
Right.
I don't know if he runs that or not.
I'll tell you in 30 seconds. Let's see. Well, we've got time warps, but no. Well, we do have, I guess, Chasm, which I guess in a pinch you can kind of use as a shove. I mean, it's not exactly ideal, but sometimes you have to go for the suboptimal when the alternative is game over.
Actually, time warp wouldn't work. Because Ekrit is adjacent to Ixatosk, so Ekrit is going to be slowed.
I wonder if we cause any problems here by muting Kalibra.
Hopefully not.
I'm sure. People couldn't hear us.
All right. Well, meanwhile, Shivali continuing to be targeted here. for more attacks in skirmishes. So she takes 2 damage down to 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going for the Chevalier kill, perhaps? She was pinged again. So unless Jack has a reaction to play here.
It would likely be a dead Shalavi unless there's some sort of reaction.
Right.
Have 5 cards in hand.
Yeah, it's not outside the realm of possibility. There is a reaction here.
Okay.
Chasm. There we go.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
Lovely. And where's he going to be targeting?
The problem is that so many of the squares are occupied.
I'm gonna guess Akimo is gonna be pushed into the dome.
Yeah, that seems likely. If you target the square to Akima or the hex to Akima's left, then we push him into the dome. Yep, there it is. Good call.
Yep.
Good
That
call.
being said, it means Jack is going all in on left breach this turn because he basically just guaranteed Kalibra is winning the dome.
Yes. And of course, we do know that there is an importance to the control zones because control zones are resolved in order. So if Jack is able to win the left lane, his left lane, control zone 2 by 5 points before we get to the dome resolution, which is always the final resolution, he will actually sneak this one out.
What just happened? Why did Akimo move back out of the dome?
I think
Did he undo the action?
It looks like
Looks
he did a. I think he's trying to react. So he played a granite skin. Is there some?
Oh, here we go.
Quick shot.
Okay.
So he's going to react with
Okay.
quick shot before chasm triggers. So
Okay.
it goes quick
Yep.
shot, chasm, and then granite skin on the stack.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Okay. And again, that's actually really important because removing that one minion could be the difference between tower damage versus tower destruction.
Yeah, and Akimo was actually only contributing 1 to that lane anyway because he didn't have any leads down.
Oh,
Oh.
Hatred.
okay. And Rampant Hatred will allow him to take a skirmish action. So let's see what happens now. Is he going to move back into the left lane to help support, or rather, I guess, prevent a left side breach? Or is he going to use it more offensively?
Worth mentioning, by the way, that before the Mind Palace discarded cards, there was a granite skin there.
Now it's not there. It won't have.
I believe it's still in effect until the end of the action, right?
Yes. Yeah, even if you clear the card, as long as it stays, then the value will hold up till the end of the activation. So he's got a +3 skirmish right now, it looks like.
Yeah, and ironically, the chasm that put him into the dome actually gave him better skirmish damage with Rampant Hatred.
Yep.
I think that's +4 actually. 1 from the granite skin and 3 from the Rampant Hatred.
Does he count himself? Oh yeah, I guess based on yeah. Yep, that's true. Yeah, +3 from the Rampant Hatred plus the 1, so total of +4. So as long as and we already said he doesn't have any -1s. So if he declares the skirmish attack on Shalavi, she's dead.
It looks like it already resolved, I believe, and Shalavi dropped down to 1.
Oh, so he must have flipped a 0 then, because I believe she had 5 HP.
But it looks like an unstoppable is on top, and that's a +1. Oh, because
I don't know if it is plus. I don't know if you do get a +1 for line of sight to yourself. I don't think you can be in line of sight of yourself. So Rampant Hatred would have just given him +2, plus Granite Skin.
Okay, yeah, because you got a +1 on the flip, so I was wondering why she wasn't dead. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense, right?
So it would have been 1 for Granite Skin, 2 for Rampant Hatred,
1 for the flip.
And then drew the 1 on the flip. So down to 1.
So that's why she's still alive.
I believe he does get +1 from himself. Did they forget about the Granite Skin, maybe? Or am I just wrong?
Yeah, I mean, unless you and I could be wrong, and Granite Skin was in fact removed whenever the Mind Palace was played. Now, someone in the chat is saying should be a dead Shalavi because they're adding the math up for 5 damage too. But okay, yeah, and Yakumo confirms for us you are in line of sight for yourself.
Interesting.
So that should have
Well, these games can happen behind closed doors, and rules can be missed out an awful lot. So I appreciate it's a sort of big turn, but we'll let the players crack on as if both players are happy with the ruling.
Yep, and it looks like Shalavi moved, so they're going on.
Okay.
A reaction here to the move.
It looks like the chat is agreeing with us that it was just a rules misinterpretation. So, okay. Well, that's
interesting. Yeah, I'm learning as well that even cards that get discarded still have an effect on. At
least we know we understood the rules.
Round. That's interesting.
And a +1 on the flip there.
There was a few ways in which we interpreted that. I think between us and between there's interesting comment on the game. So that's
all right. Well, meanwhile, Shalavi moving forward again, committing more to that all-in offensive, goes out, strikes a minion down. Although she does flip Call of the Pack as one of the flip cards from her attack, and playing another Call of the Pack separately from that as well, spawning another minion. So at this point, that's going to be 5 minions total, I believe, for Jack. Yep, 5 minions total, plus 2 heroes. That's 7. I'm assuming there's going to be a lead here from Shivali. So either Shivali dies, and Shivali's hidden inside the cover hex here as well. So she can't be grabbed by Ixotosk or Koltek unless they... Actually, I don't see any way that they...
Yeah, no, she's put some decent distance.
Okay.
Between herself there. Oh, and that's Call the Pack.
Yep. So it looks like he's going to have to pull out of the dome. I think he has to pull out of the dome and lead with a 3 mana, or else left breach victory looks to be possible for Jack.
I think he's got to leave. I think he's got to put that minion on the edge of the dome to stop him from being able to get everyone in there.
Right.
If that minion's on the edge of the dome, right in the middle there by a chemo, that stops both Kotlik and Ixotosk from being able to get in to influence the. That's interesting.
That being said, if Kalibra moves them both over into the left lane, he can't win through the Skytear Master.
Yeah. There's Calibra's got a bit of maths to do here to figure out can he actually survive? Can the left lane survive?
If my math is correct, not looking at leads, Jack is currently up by 4 in the left lane.
Wouldn't he be up by 5? Oh no, never mind. I didn't see that minion.
3,
Yep, you're right.
4.
I think I count 4 as well. 2 heroes and 1 minion versus 2 heroes and 5 minions. Okay, yep, and there come the reinforcements from Koltek. Oh, Koltek is actually able to sneak in there.
Yeah.
And get to Shalavi. All right, so killing Shalavi here.
That's one.
Removes her from the
Yeah,
board.
it's enough to remove Charvet. Okay, this left breach seems very tricky for Jack to pull off now.
Yes. So now the question is, does he have a 3-mana card that he can use to lead with Ixotosk? And does Jack not have a 3-mana card to lead with Ekrit that would counter, and then we can get a Skytear or Dome Master victory?
I think Jack's best bet at this point is to lead with Ekrit in the dome and just try and not lose the dome this turn.
Yeah. Because I think at this point, the dream of a left breach this round looks to be dead. After Kotlik came in and kind of reinforced the position. The tower will take some damage, but given that there's a minion on the board, it's not going to be enough to destroy it outright.
Yeah, I would agree. But he'll get some damage on the tower and can hopefully get it next turn. Hopefully, from Jack's perspective, that means I'm not rooting for Jack.
I was going to say.
Impartial commentary.
That's right. We here at the commentary booth do not condone bias
Favoritism.
side selection at any time. We stay 100% neutral.
Come on, Ixotus.
Let's get him. Wait, what?
It's I don't know. I'm very interested to see what it takes to beat this Ixotus deck, particularly in the hands of Kalibra.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Jack, give it a good go. He's managing to draw this game into what looks like round 4 at this stage. If he's just able to hold on to the center there.
Yeah, he just needs to not lose. Its high is perfectly okay.
Sure.
So Ekrit is activated. Is immediately slowed by Ixotusk's passive ability.
That's such a good passive ability. Automatically give adjacent people slow.
Yeah, it's great.
Not as good as Brovar's.
No, oh god, Brovar's is...
The tank abilities are really good.
Yes.
Definitely.
It's just interesting to try and see what their place is.
And yeah, and a lot of people are like, but it's a turn-based game. How would a tank be good in a turn-based game? Oh, take a look at the abilities and you'll see how.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on here? We've got Granite Skin being pinged.
So get some extra armor?
Yep. Oh, it looks like we're going back to revisit the ruling because he's pinging the square where Shalavi was back before she did her moves.
It's too late at this point. They
Yeah.
can't go back that far.
Yeah, I be interested to see how the players want to rule this, but to me personally, that's we're miles past it. But let's leave it to them. It's their game.
Yeah. If they want to try and redo all of that, go ahead.
Yeah.
Where's that rewind button on TTS? Go back like 15.
Oh, good God. That button is not safe. In the wrong hands.
Yeah, I think at this point the realization is
Kalibra saying in Discord, we need help.
Uh-oh. Well, Ricardo says keep going, and as Ricardo is one of the creators, unless we get some sort of other ruling from Yakumo, I would kind of agree that when you misfire and you have another material event, in other words, another hero activation, that unfortunately it's kind of too late to go back and correct that.
Yeah,
Which-
I think both players have missed it. It's just one of those things that happens, and unfortunately, it's late. Both players have played an exceptional game to be able to sort of get it this far.
What happened? Oh,
My Discord sent that 6 times.
which really is unfortunate because Colt like had to step out of the dome, which basically then makes it a little bit more challenging for Kalibra to contest because Shalavi needed an extra hero to kill her off. But again, it's after more events of record have occurred, so we can't really roll it back that far.
There's just so much that at this stage, it's an error on both players' parts. And if it's an honest error, then what can you do about it? I think it's not the end of the world.
As someone who's played in Magic events in the past, there's definitely been times where you do something and then like a turn later you realize something, and the judges always say just keep going at this point.
Right.
Yeah. And that's I have the same experience from playing competitive X-Wing as well. It's unfortunate, but mistakes happen. We're all human.
It's true.
Okay, let's see how. I'm a little bit lost. Where were we? So it's Jack. Yeah, it's Jack's turn. So he's going to worship with Ekrit.
Okay.
So just to be clear to anyone else who's watching from home, so both players have just been instructed to continue the game.
Yeah.
By Ricardo / Giacomo.
All right, so the token is in place there, and then Jack is going to go for a skirmish action to kind of combat that slow a little bit, try to help move Ekrit into position. This will...
I'm not sure what this does.
Yeah, I don't know, because you can if you use one more to move, you're still only able to hit one minion with the linear attack based on your positioning.
Also,
and then a lead from the deck. He
praying for that 3-mana lead.
Yeah, I mean we are also in round 3 here, and Ekrit has spent no mana.
No,
I'm still unsure what the point of that worship was.
Is that worship?
Wait,
skirmish lead from the deck?
What does Ekrit's ultimate do again? Doesn't it do something with illusion?
It's an AoE from the illusion.
Yeah, Ekrit's AoE basically hits every hex around her illusion and does 2 damage to everybody, and then pushes them 2 hexes.
So I guess maybe putting the illusion there might be a sign that he's planning to hit Akima with that illusion, or maybe Ixatos if Ixatos moves over there.
Could be. I mean, Eye of the Storm is a reaction card, so it would be possible to play it.
I don't see any other reason for the illusion to be there.
Right. This is a good question.
Yeah, this is interesting. He what is it? He
left the dome. He had to win there, though.
Well, not necessarily.
There's a lead from the deck from Ekrit, so I mean he mustn't have a 3-mana card in his hand, otherwise he'd surely just slap that thing down and hope he's got it.
Well,
or is a bit. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the other thing too. Akuti's leading right now, and it's from the hand. So if we assume that's a 3-mana lead right there, that would actually be enough to blow up the left breach. So
is that right?
Yeah. So because of the whole kerfuffle with Shalavi, he has to actually give up the dome in order to prevent the left breach victory for Jack.
Wow. Yeah. It would really suck for Kalibra if he ends up losing this game because of that mistake.
That would be unfortunate. And to answer a question in the chat, yes, Ekrit's ult does hurt minions. It hits every enemy type, regardless of hero or minion.
That being said, all of the minions adjacent to that illusion are friendly minions at this point.
Yes. Which renders that entire plan not worth much. So yeah, so that raises the question, what was the point of the illusion?
Maybe the plan is for next turn for Egbert to be in position to shoot minions after they spawn and the control token moves.
Yeah, there's some very high level bluffs going on here, as far as I'm concerned. Oh,
Okay, well, yeah. Meanwhile, tower damage in control zone 1.
Yep. That one minion killed on turn 1 has been enough to push against that tower.
Yep.
he needs to spawn some minions on that side, I think. If I'm right.
Yeah, Jack has 2 minions to still spawn over there.
I'll just do a friendly ping. I hope it's not.
Maybe you wanna ping the tower there, I guess.
Well, they respawned the 2 minions after the control zone was resolved, right? Since the towers are still standing, 2 more would come. And
I don't think Jack spawned his minions.
Jack, I'm sorry, Jack. You're right. Yeah, he should have 8 there. 2 from the start plus 2 after each of the 3 resolutions.
Yep, there you go.
There we go.
I don't like to try and get involved too much, but I believe that is a must in the rule book, so that can't be a missed opportunity.
Yes.
We've already had mistakes in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it all this evening, ladies and gents.
Stream misfires, rule misfires.
Did we end up? Did they tie it in left lane?
There's no way they could have tied in left lane, did they?
Looks like Ixotos led with Akimo's ultimate.
Again.
Oh, they did. Amazing. I thought that was, at least, I didn't think blue was going to be able to win after the movement of the heroes, but I thought it would at least have been blue advantage. Huh. All right, well, and then default Skytome, with Eckert being the only one sitting in control zone 3, she wins automatically. First blue token goes over to Jack, so now we'll see what is he going to do with the rampaging elemental. Let's see. Okay. So, of course, reminding that the Skytear elemental, each of the outsiders have their own rules on how they should be positioned upon their spawn. The Skytear elemental outsider has to be on the perimeter of the dome, so at least one of his hexes inside, at least one outside. And it looks like the outsiders decided to park himself right on top of Kalibra's Nexus, make himself comfy next to a number of the heroes. And it looks like we might be going after Akla.
I do not believe we saw Astrida's or Ekrit's ultimate yet, so we could see both of those next turn.
Oh.
Well, especially after the deck shuffle.
Yes.
Song of Sirens here. It was a lead from the hand. Sorry, I didn't mean to ping them. That's force of habit. Yeah, sorry. Song of Siren was actually played by Akuti as the lead from the hand.
Oh, you're right. That is true. You just pinged it again. That is a very good point. So I guess we won't be saying that.
I'll put the cover back over my tab button, I think. We're getting a bit trigger happy.
And that's why I like the gray part for the spectating, because you can't interfere with the game at all.
Yeah, that's right.
So it looks like Jack chose to do a worship action with Ekrit and move that illusion. So Ekrit is now set up to blow up both of those minions.
Okay. So, well, speaking of blowing things up, with Akima starting right next to her, Kalibra is set to blow up Akuti. Although, unfortunately, with Demonic Possession now being in the trash pile, we know we're not going to get a Frenzy attack there.
Looks like we're going to round 4 now.
Yep, we're on round 4, so, the magic is gathering. More mana cards can be spent per hero, so let's see what happens. Do we rush down Akuti? Because Jack still has to play for the 4th round, or the 3rd round in a row. He has to play with 1 hero down. This time it's Shalavi sitting in the timeout box. And so Kalibra may just opt at this point to kind of rush down Akuti.
Definitely. Or Astrida at this point, either one, depending on where they are positioned.
Well, Astrida, yeah. Unless he moves Astrida, I think Akuti's probably the easier target, just because Astrida is a little bit farther away, but also Akuti doesn't have armor. Which is very nice. So,
well, if he has an illusion, he does.
True.
It's not up yet, though.
Yeah.
So, I always get to this stage in the game when it's looking a little bit sort of beat. Each player has made an attempt at specific victory conditions, and it can swing one way or another. And I'm trying to get a bit better at bearing in mind the tiebreakers in these sorts of situations. So obviously, tiebreaker, one of them is actually Skytear Master, so that'll be interesting. The other one will be Towers Destroyed, and the other one will be Heroes Killed.
One other thing to take note of, if nothing is done on Jack's right lane, I believe he will defeat the Nexus on turn 5.
Yes, but we may not get to turn 5 right now because using his very nice line of sight passive, Akla goes for the snipe attack against Akuti, who is outside the dome, but because Akla's passive allows vision of heroes within 3 hexes and adjacent to a pillar, the pillar that was just placed from the worship action this round right now allows Akla to snipe away at Akuti without being able, or without being in the same area as her. Akla being in the dome, Akuti being kind of in the control zone 2 area.
Oh, he's very good, Akla. I do like Akla.
Oh, time warp.
Oh, we might be preventing that.
Yeah. So
and that'll move him out of range.
Yeah, Akuti just trying to get out of range there. That's it. Akla's exhausted.
Yep. Although, as someone did point out, now with all these pillars on the field, it may be time to call a taxi. It may be time to. Well, I guess at this point, not really a point to doing that. Potluck isn't adjacent to Ixotosk anymore, and Akima is already where he needs to be. So.
Also, Akla is right where Eckert wants to be to
yes
shoot across there. So Eckert would need to reposition the illusion and herself both to if Eckert wants to blow up both mains.
Yeah, you've got to try and figure out, is it worth shooting for the way that you can win, or is it, do you defend the victory condition that you could lose to?
Right.
Ekrit's.
All right.
Akuti, sorry, is diving into the bush.
Okay.
Oh, that just seems it. I mean, he's just totally surrounded by Kalibra's heroes there. He's really asking for it.
Yeah, he might have another time warp or something.
He just can't get his illusion in there to be able to kill 2 minions at the same time. He can't get it over into the cover hex on the other side by Akla.
I'm guessing he's planning to use Eckert to blow them both up.
Yeah.
The real question is, how is Estrada going to be used? Estrada might try and disarm a chemo.
Which in that case, knowing that that's a possibility, does Kalibra use a chemo second so that it doesn't matter if she tries to disarm him? Well, there comes the illusion token, it looks like. So
Yep, that's probably mostly just for increased armor at this point.
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah, for every attack or damage that she takes, it's just going to continually negate one.
Okay, and minion taken
Destroys
out.
the minion. Okay, a chemo. That was a very quick ping from
Yep.
Kalibra there. He knows exactly
He
what he's going for here.
Yep.
So it's a skirmish, 1 damage, does nothing because of the armor granted by the worship. He's going to mark.
Yep, and that'll negate the armor.
Yeah.
Chemo gets +1 against marked targets.
Big attack from a chemo here.
Yep.
That being said, Estrada can still get into a position to disarm Kotlik.
Yes.
Yeah, she can also get into the position to. Sorry.
Estrada might go for pulling a minion and creating a minion.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming Akuti doesn't die before then.
2 or 2. So that is a total of 7 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. 7 damage is huge.
Yeah, well, it'll be 6 HP lost with that armor.
Yeah.
So Akuti should drop to 9, I believe. Are they trying to calculate it or something?
Is there a reaction coming?
They can't have a reaction after.
Oh no, he's already revealed the.
Maybe they're trying to triple check their math this time.
Yeah. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Yeah, it's just one of those things that happens. No, it takes no damage.
Looks like Estrada's moving now. There was a redirect to the illusion is what happened.
Oh, there was a redirect to the illusion. Oh, fantastic.
Okay, good save.
Well, yeah, the control ability here is really starting to show itself now that Jack's got some mana to be able to really start throwing those cards down.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, Estrada looks like she's going to do what she does best, which is clear out the enemy minions and spawn more of your own.
Okay.
Yep. 2 damage to her. 1 more minion. So it looks like Jack is going for the breach victory here.
Well, it's redirected to Ekret's illusion. Okay, that makes more sense.
That was underneath him.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a redirect to Ekret's illusion that was under Akuti.
Right.
Man, Jack is really pulling it back here. I have to say, I'm extremely surprised.
Yeah,
that was a well-played game by Jack so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I just see that the chips are down by that much, I think the sort of psychological battle with yourself can sometimes be the hardest one to win.
Oh yeah.
Pull yourself up out of that hole.
Not over till it's over.
No.
Did he spawn a minion with Estrada? I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because she's down to 14 hit points now. She has 16 to start with.
Oh, yeah, the minion on top of Akuti's illusion.
Yeah. All right.
So Akla's in the middle of the dome on his own there without a lead.
Meanwhile, Kalibra doing some minion cleanup duty here, knowing that he cannot let that many minions
Yeah. So
stay
that
there
was
and follow with the lead.
attack, shield slam to kill the second minion, and then a lead from the deck.
Yes.
The lead from the deck is interesting. He's got 3 cards in his hand.
That might all be ones.
Probably. So now, last hero to make a move, Ekrit. So here's the interesting thing now. Kalibra gets 2 heroes to move after this since Shalavi's in timeout. If Ekrit leaves the dome, all you have to do is spend 1 hero doing a little bit of minion cleanup and then leave your other hero in the dome for the Skytear Master victory.
Yeah. If Ekrit doesn't move, Kotlik cannot get into the dome.
Right.
And so he can get that Skytear mastery for sure as long as Ekrit does not move.
It looks we've got the illusion token being picked up, so
Yeah, firmly in Jack's grip. He's not quite figured out exactly where it's going just yet.
there's no minions to use,
No.
so it's not like there's a clear. Okay,
No,
now it looks like we're taking that back.
it's hokey cokey.
He might have been planning to push Akla out of the dome, but now he's reconsidering. Oh, he's gonna do it that way.
Does skirmish? This
is risky though.
Deal the damage and then jump back in, or is he just going to sit on the edge there? He
He,
can't though. He'll give up. He'll give up the dome. He's got to jump back in. Otherwise, he'll give up Skytear Master.
Unless he's banking
unless
on
he has a
overlap.
presence and is planning on, and he thinks he can win through breach.
Right.
Does so Kotlik is left to go. There hasn't been a lead in that lane from Kalibra here.
Correct.
So and
well,
that's
it's
a lead.
possible.
That's a lead from the hand from Ekra.
Yeah,
It's possible.
no presence though.
Finishes
Okay.
that. So is baiting? So lead, place.
Oh, it looks like Kalibra
Skirmish.
would move Ekrit, but couldn't. Yeah, if Kotlik goes into the dome, he loses the left lane, so Kotlik has to stay there.
So move 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do a little bit of maths here. So we're looking at that's a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 miniatures for Jack there.
And if we
To
assume a plus 3.
3.
Assuming
Plus
that's a
the
3 in
three.
the lead.
So we'll say that's 10 to 3 miniatures, and then he could lose his entire.
Yeah.
If he leads with a
Tower,
plus 3, then he'll survive with 1 tower point. Because best with a score of 10 to 6, the tower has 5 HP, so it would be down to 4. Oh, well, we're getting rid of some minions. So as long as he leads with a 3, he wins here.
That being, there is that blind lead on exit cost.
Oh, there's been a chasm from a Strider.
Okay.
Wow, that pushes Kotlik away from being able to kill minions.
Yes.
And Kotlik's done a lead from the deck. This is very interesting. That lead from the deck might not be enough to save
Oh,
the.
here we go, Eye of the Storm.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there's another minion here as well. Oh, he's going here. Oh, so he's going to chuck it down. Oh, let's have a little read of what this does. So, Eye of the Storm, Ekrit cannot be targeted. Place the AoE on top of her illusion, so that's why the illusion's there. Deal 2 damage to each enemy hit and push them 2 hexes.
Oh, so she's going to kick Ixotosk probably into the dome.
Yeah, push Ixotosk into the dome. Oh, wow.
With that lead.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
And then a lead of 3. He's got it.
Be a chemo and Kotlik with a single lead from deck.
Yeah,
For
so
Kalibra.
So minion phase this side.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8 to 2. That's
Power's
it.
gone.
Blasted through the tower. So I don't want to say that my maths is correct because quite often it isn't. But this left lane for Jack is.
No, I think
There
I
are
think
2 minions
that's-
in the same spot right now. Not that it matters.
No,
okay.
no,
Well,
I don't think it matters. 3 from Kotlik,
Oh.
from Han.
That gives a 5.
There
That
was
gives
another
5.
minion here that I didn't count, so that's 11. Yeah, there's a 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Jack with 3. That's 11 altogether to 5. That's it. That's a left breach.
Yep.
Was that a win through left breach?
Looks like it. I think so.
Wow.
So,
What are we?
Yeah. okay.
It really sucks for Kalibra because he probably would have won if it wasn't
Yeah.
a mistake with Shalabi.
Yeah. That granite skin misfire.
Oh man, that is extremely unfortunate for Kalibra there.
Wow.
Extremely unfortunate. Oh well, thank you very much to everybody for tuning into us this evening. Yeah, do you guys have any sort of final words?
Do we want to talk to the players?
Can we talk to the players? I know James is in control of the audio and the stream at the moment. Unfortunately, I had to hand that over.
To Discord, I believe, and to their Discord channel, and that should be able to hear that, right?
Yeah, usually in the past, that's what we've done as well. If we jumped into the Discord.
Yeah, if James jumps into the Discord as well, that was it. And so
Yes, James does need to jump in. That's a good point.
I will just send them the invite to join us. So let's just jump over onto their Discord.
Okay.
And yeah, I've got some instructions from Giacomo to jump over into their Discord channel.
Okay.
So I'll see you guys over there.
Yep.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello there.
Commander and Buggerlugs, Sean, should be here in a second.
All right. Super. Are we live or not?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Okay.
Just waiting on Sean to get right now.
Tim Tim just messaged me and he sent me a Obi-Wan GIF saying, "You were the chosen one."
Well, congratulations to Jack. That was a fantastic way to claw it back.
Thanks.
That's true.
That was looking very tricky.
He's the plane.
Yes, you did very well. Jack, I do just have one question. There was an opportunity where a Strider was on 2 HP, and you killed one of his minions. It was around round 2. You'd killed one of Kalibra's minions. You had the opportunity to lose 2 HP, for Strider to die, at which point she would have respawned the next round. I don't know if you recall that, and sort of what the decision process was there.
Okay. I mistake.
Hey, you won. We can't fault it.
But I think Australia lives, but the outsider. I mistake the outsider.
Sure.
I think Australia for the next turn is live, and he spend a lot of action for kill this.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the outsider. I don't win or draw, and Australia go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was very well played. Very well played game. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks.
To both
That was
of
a
you.
lot of fun to watch.
Definitely. Now, we have to talk about that one interaction with Shalavi.
And Renetskin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing for me is that I never had the chance before playing with this list to do what I did in that particular order. So I forgot, and Jack forgot about the effect, and I think everybody else forgot at the moment, and then it was too late to come back. But even, we don't know if I would have won the match. I think Jack played a better game, and the victory is like 100% his. He's a very good player.
Yeah, we were discussing that among ourselves. Like, did the skirmish apply after it was wiped off Mind Palace? And yes and no. And then we had a question of the line. So we were discussing. We thought Shalavi was supposed to be dead, and so we were kind of surprised to see her with one. So that was. I mean, it was a complex situation involving a bunch of moving parts.
Yeah, true. And we did it kind of fast. And the heat of the battle, live stream.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think it was a very nice game, one of the best games I had, and that's the reason I play this list. It's fun, and you have a lot of like memorable moments. So if I lose or if I win, doesn't matter really. It was very nice.
Well, you surely gave those, showed those memorable moments this evening. And again, like, really well done to Jack. I've got to say, mate, I actually thought that was completely lost, and to be able to pull it back like that was really, really well played.
Yeah, I think I lost in at the free turn, but Kalibra don't kill another character, and I resist.
Yeah,
but Kalibra list is very funny.
Yeah, for sure. And we've heard all about it. Obviously, it's the I don't know, it's the boogeyman around, isn't it, Kalibra? I think at the minute it's got a lot of people talking.
Yeah,
it's scary. Lots of time. No zeros.
That was very well played on Jack's part too. Kalibra just needed to win the dome one more time, and on turn 3, Jack, you prevented him from being able to go into the dome by forcing him to protect that left breach.
Yes, he played very well. Like he did the best he could to control and to prevent this to happen. It was very nice. But sorry, Jack, you tell us more.
No. Is the plane is spend a lot of action for kill my guys. Is the plane, but Akuti. I choose Akuti because I don't see the last hero, and I think you take Trakali and for them counter Astrida, but and kill me.
The my philosophy is dead heroes cannot lead. So okay, I take Akali, but I would rather You know, like I would rather kill a hero, so you cannot lead or count. Actually, when you play this kind of game with like Obstinacy and Skytear Master, if you have one hero more than your opponent, it's almost guaranteed. Almost, you saw it. It's not guaranteed, so it's almost guaranteed that you have a huge advantage on controlling the center. So that's why I picked my full aggro setup. You know.
Question, Kalibra. Is there a
Yeah.
reason on turn 3 why you were going after Shalavi rather than trying to kill Akudi a second time?
Well, thinking back now, I think just because I'm greedy and I like to kill models. I should have killed a few minions and then gone for the center. And then I went for her and I did a huge mistake with Granite Skin, so it was not worthwhile, but it's fun, you know, like she goes from 18 to 0. It's nice to see that.
For sure.
Definitely.
The
guys.
best
It's fun.
is in the first turn, Kalibra, when you use double quick shot.
Oh, that was nice.
That was nice.
In this moment, I think I lose. But
Well, that moment I thought, whoa, okay, that's rare. I have an edge. I have an advantage here, and I'm gonna try to, you know, to seize the chance. But Jack was able to really to come back and turn the game. It was very nice. Congrats, Jack. The game is yours, man.
thank you. And you
congratulations
it's very
making
fun.
Top 8.
Yeah, congratulations making top 8. Very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody. I don't know if anybody's got any sort of final words to say before we before James Giacomo finishes the stream.
Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you also for Kalibra and Jack for putting on a great show for all of us. It was a lot of fun to watch and discuss the strategies and plans and watch them unfold.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody for cooperating with us whilst we were having a few stream issues. And I mean, we've seen it all this evening, so thank you very much. But it's been been a pleasure to have stuck around to commentate for you all. So I hope everybody enjoyed the game. It was very well done by Kalibra, and again, well played, Jack. Goes through to top 8.
Thank you.
No problem. Take care. Thank you, everybody.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye. And